Welcome to Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace. Welcome to the soul of Sunday. We are Unitarian Universalists. Ours is a historic faith with a progressive theology. We affirm the worth and dignity of every being, and that we are all deeply interconnected. We are bound to one another, not by creed, but by covenant. And we are called to love with open minds, open hearts, and open hands. Whoever you are, those of all nations, all creeds, all colors, and all kinds of love, you are welcome here.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Allie Jablonski, and I'm thrilled to be joined by more ministers than we have pulpit seats. Reverend Beth, Reverend John, Reverend Erica, and I are thrilled to be leading the service together today. Reverend Beth is our executive minister, and Reverend John, Reverend Erica, and I are all affiliated community ministers at Arlington Street Church. We are joined by Mark David Buckles and the Arlington Street Choir in leading worship today. We couldn't do this without our student minister, Cal Alford, supporting the Zoom congregation, as well as the tech team, greeters, ushers, worship team, and coffee hour hosts. If you're new to Arlington Street, welcome. We are so glad you're here and would love you to stay connected. I hope you will visit our website at ascboston.org and sign up for our weekly newsletter. If you're in the sanctuary, please fill out the pew card and put it in the basket during the offering time to let us know how to be in touch with you. On the last pages of the order of service, you'll find information on upcoming Arlington Street events. There is lots going on, both in person and on Zoom, and we'd love to see you this week. Next Saturday is holy season at Arlington Street, Pride. Come one, come all to our annual pre-parade Pride service and celebration. We'll gather in the sanctuary and on Zoom for a celebratory service at 10 a.m. featuring a live band and several fabulous speakers. Following the service, we'll take to the streets to march in Boston's Pride for the People parade and enjoy the festival together. Bring your no kings, but yes queens signs and your good energy, all in. Today is the last service of our church year, but don't worry. We will have wonderful services for you all summer, right here at our usual 11 o'clock time. Reverend Parisa will be out of the pulpit for the summer, and the choir will be on recess. I'll be kicking off our first summer Sunday service next week, joined by Beth for music. And I have fantastic colleagues. The lineup of summer speakers is awesome, and they can be found in our newsletter. Thank you to everyone who is helping ensure a beautiful, rich summer of services and community. And after our service, please make your way to the parish hall downstairs for a celebration and send-off for our Reverend Beth. Today is Beth's last service as our executive minister, and as we hold our grief, we also want to celebrate the great gift of Reverend Beth and all that she has given us in these 10 years of wonderful service. Everyone is invited. Please plan to join the fun if you are a first-time visitor or a long-time member. And be sure to come hungry. Queen Cheryl and her team are cooking. We'll say our fondest of farewells to Reverend Beth and bless her on her way. If you came this morning with a joy or concern in your heart, you are invited to light a candle at home and share in the chat, or come up and light a silent candle at the table to the right of the Gleason podium. Rich is going to turn the camera on the in-person congregation as we wave and smile at each other, and as our friends in the Zoom room, and as you all in the Zoom room can wave and smile back. Hello, friends. Let's all engage that Arlington Street spirit of welcome that transcends physical distance as we greet one another heart to heart. Whether you've been coming here for years or today is your first time at Arlington Street, welcome home.
Pausing in her flight, a while on boughs to slide, feels them give way beneath.
Being a minister is an incredible privilege. We are invited into important moments and milestones, and we get to hold our sacred time together in worship. And I think a lot of us ministers worry about getting sick and having to miss these important moments. I know I do. As many of you know, our transitional senior minister, Reverend Parisa, has been out sick. The end of the church year is very full, and this year is especially so. And we know it is a hard time to not be able to be here. We wish Reverend Parisa all that she needs for healing, and we send her our love. And Reverend Parisa sent us a message for us and for Reverend Beth. These are Reverend Parisa's words. From 1729 to 2025, this congregation has welcomed, formed, and sent forth dozens of ministers and student ministers who have devoted themselves to the service of the holy within, around, and among us. Today, we mark the ceremonial ending of Reverend Beth's ministry at Arlington Street. She joins the long line of ministers whose legacies of love and service have shaped this beloved community and made us who we are. All ministry is relational. As Reverend Beth's sense of calling has moved beyond her appointed role as executive minister at Arlington Street, we celebrate the fact that this congregation nurtured her in ministry from even before she entered seminary, into continued discernment of a path toward pastoral ministry. The Arlington Street community has shaped Reverend Beth's calling as Reverend Beth has helped Arlington Street to bloom in financial stewardship and joyful connection, even in the most challenging times. The ministries of both this community and of Reverend Beth will continue, inextricably influenced by one another's gifts, and will bless the world far beyond us long into the future. We will remember Beth with each minister's tea and with each good morning, glad you're here, and I love you. In the Sunday morning Zoom service, we'll carry forward her enthusiastic devotion to the practice of generosity, her warm smile, and her big hugs. This morning, we honor and celebrate all that has been, all that is, and all that will be, and offer blessings to Reverend Beth as she finds her next ministry. May it be one that allows her gifts to flourish and find their fullest expression, and may she know she will always be in our hearts. May the road always rise up to meet you, Beth. Reverend Parisa had planned a service around one of the few uniquely Unitarian Universalist rituals, flower communion. When it became clear that Reverend Parisa wasn't going to be able to lead worship this week, we decided to save flower communion for when Reverend Parisa is back and we can celebrate this ritual together. But Mark David and our choir and musicians had already made an incredible lineup of flower music. So we've got flower music and we've got a lot of ministers. Reverend John, Reverend Erica, Reverend Beth, and I are thrilled to be in the pulpit together, and we are going to build our own little bouquet for you. Today is Reverend Beth's last Sunday service as our executive minister. Instead of our traditional sermon, we are going to do a little lessons and carols in June, flower edition. We offer you a bouquet for this day. We offer you a bouquet for these times. And we are so very glad to be together.
As we mark the end of another church year, and as spring turns to summer, we offer the words of poet Mary Oliver for this morning's chalice lighting. From her poem, The Summer. Who made this world? Who made the swan and the black bear? who made the grasshopper. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down in the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else would I have done? Doesn't everything die at last, and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Our opening hymn, or carol, if you will, is a partner song, set of songs by Ana Hernandez, All Shall Be Well and Another World. We're going to sing one of them first. Another World is not only possible, it's actually the second one down in your lyrics. And then we'll sing the first one, All Shall Be Well, and then we're going to put them together, and you can sing either one, or, pick your favorite song and see if it goes at the same time. We'll see what happens. I invite us to rise in body, rise in spirit, and let's sing Another World. Here we go. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing, she is on her way. Let's try that one more time. Another world. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing, she is on her way. Now here's the second song, All Shall Be Well. All shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Again, all shall be well. more.
All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. Open my heart to be a sanctuary, all made holy, loved and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
It is now time for our treasured ritual of sharing community candles of sorrow and joy. As we share our sorrows and joy this morning, let's also reach out to one another in the week ahead, staying connected. May these times remind us of how very precious this beloved community is. We need one another. Whether together or apart, may we stay very close. And now, in the spirit of invocation, let's join in singing Sanctuary. The words are printed in your order of service and in the Zoom chat.
Open my heart to be a sanctuary, all made holy, loved and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for
Some of us come today with heavy hearts. We open our hearts to you.
A candle of sorrow from the Arlington Street community as we mourn the passing of writer Edmund White, who died this past Tuesday at the age of 85. In his obituary, the New York Times called him a trailblazer of gay literature. He mined his own life story in more than 30 books of fiction and nonfiction and hundreds of articles and essays, becoming a grandee of the New York literary world. Edmund Valentine White, presente. A candle of sorrow from the Arlington Street community for Marco, who died unexpectedly last week. Marco was only 42 years old and worked as a nurse at a local hospital. He was kind and generous, with a great smile and a wonderful heart. You could always count on Marco's quick assistance when help was needed. Our hearts go out to his large family, his many friends, and his grieving partner, Jack. Marco will be greatly missed. A candle of concern from Ann Troyce. I am in the hospital at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. I'm feeling a little better, but I may be here for a few more weeks. Calls are appreciated. And we send you all our love as you continue to heal. And a final candle of sorrow and anger that Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has ordered the Navy to rename the oiler ship named in honor of Navy veteran and the first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California, Harvey Milk. Here at Arlington Street, we will always remember his legacy.
Some of us come today in joy. We share your joy.
A candle from Queen Cheryl. Today marks the first anniversary of Reverend Kim preaching her last sermon here at Arlington Street. In a conversation before she left, Reverend Kim said to me, "The minister doesn't make the church." I didn't believe her, but she turned out to be right. When Reverend Kim retired, I'd planned on leaving, but where else could I have gone where they would let me stand at the front door wearing a tiara and giving away rubber duckies? I came to church because of Kim, but when she left, I stayed because of all of you. During the past year, I've gotten to know some of you just by sharing hugs and sharing tears of grief. We've held one another and kept each other from falling. Reverend Kim would be proud. Reverend Kim, wherever you are, know that we love you, miss you, and celebrate you on this special anniversary. A candle of great joy to celebrate clergy fighting for democracy and justice. On May 16th, a group of religious leaders participated in a Prayer for Liberty march, with some including our very own, including Reverend John Gibbons, Reverend John O'Connor, Reverend Fred Small, and Reverend Jenna, marching from Lexington all the way to Boston. Arlington Street had a big showing. I think Reverend Alley was there too, right? Yeah. And Fred Small brought the Arlington Street light to the Boston Globe where he was featured. The march ended by delivering the Massachusetts Clergy March Democracy letter to our State House, signed by hundreds of religious leaders urging our representatives to do all they can to create and protect societies in which all people are treated fairly as God's creatures. It was wonderful to join clergy across traditions in prayer, in singing, and in love to create a greater world for us all. A candle of joy that Marcelo Gomez da Silva, an 18-year-old high school senior from Milford, Massachusetts, was released from ICE custody and returned to his family. May he and his family remain safe. And a final candle of joy from Arlington Street. Times of transition bring a lot of extra work, and this has been a big year. Thank you to all of our many helpers. Thank you to everyone who attended meetings, brainstormed ideas, provided support, set up, cleaned up, cooked, shopped. And thank you all, for you have all been loving each of us as we navigate so much change. Love really is the spirit of this congregation.
the sorrows and all the joys we hold in our hearts, we light a silent candle to remember and to rejoice. May the peace of this sanctuary enter into our hearts as we share a quiet moment together, breathing our prayers for ourselves, for one another, for our country, and for the world. Amen. Please join now in saying the affirmation and covenant of this beloved spiritual community. The words are printed in your order of service and in the Zoom chat. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is our gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to speak our truths in love, and to help one another.
This church year has been hard. It really hit me last Sunday when I was here for Art Judge's memorial service. We are grieving so much. We are in a very different world than when we all came together last fall at the beginning of the church year. And many of the people who were here with us in the pews or in the Zoom room are gone. Early in my chaplaincy training, I learned the phrase, grief touches grief, which is the concept that each new loss reminds us of past losses. Grief compounds over time, and our response to a new loss is shaped by how we survived what came before. One of the ways that I've learned to cope with losing someone I love is to think about how I can keep their legacy alive. When I read an obituary, I always look to the end to where it says, "In lieu of flowers, please donate to." Here at Arlington Street, beloved members have asked us to support research to find a cure to Parkinson's and cancer, organizations that help local artists and map the galaxies, programs for environmental conservation and LGBTQ youth. Each of these, in lieu of flowers, ask us to remember what mattered to the person we lost. By donating or simply learning more about what they cared about, we help to keep their legacy alive. Also, some of our members' obituaries this year read, "In lieu of flowers, please give to Arlington Street Church." Seeing this meant a lot to me, especially this year. Our members died believing in us, that we will get through this difficult time and whatever lies ahead. So what else can we do to keep their legacy alive? I've got a couple ideas. We keep ringing the bells. We make time to talk to each other about our nerdiest, most niche interests. We appreciate beauty, art, poetry, and a very well-crafted order of service. We welcome people as their fullest selves, calling them by their true names and pronouns. As I stand here today, there is one story of legacy from a past member of Arlington Street Church that I keep coming back to. I'd like to share some of Reverend Beth's first sermon as our intern minister in 2015. Here it is. Robert Holler, or Bob as he was called, was born during the Great Depression and grew up wicked smart and desperately poor in Boston's South End. By the time he was a teenager, his father's alcoholism had torn apart the family, and forced Bob to be the breadwinner, hawking newspapers on Mass Ave. It was around this time that Bob joined the youth group at Arlington Street Church. This community took him in and ignited his lifelong passion for social justice. When he was 34 years old, Bob was named the first lay minister at Arlington Street. He stood in this very spot and stirred the congregation in action on civil rights and ending the war in Vietnam. He marched on Selma in 1965 and later raised the funds that allowed his best friend, filmmaker Henry Hampton, to produce the iconic Eyes on the Prize documentary series. In 1969, Bob staged a sit-in and a hunger strike at the headquarters of the Unitarian Universalist Association to protest investments in companies doing business with the Defense Department. 6 days later, the association agreed to divest almost $1 million of war-tainted assets from their portfolio. In introducing herself to us, Reverend Beth had to remind us of Bob. Reverend Beth met Bob 25 years ago when she moved to Boston to go to graduate school, and she was assigned to be his intern. She learned so much from Bob about social movements, politics, and leadership, but his greatest gift was introducing her to Unitarian Universalism. She said, "Before Bob, I didn't know Unitarian Universalists existed, and that I was one of them." Beth shared how she would always remember Bob's face that day he walked her through our great doors, how his eyes lit up and he was so excited for what she was about to experience. Bob didn't live to see Beth preach from this pulpit or hear us calling her Reverend Beth. He died in 2011, and it was at his memorial service in this sanctuary that Beth decided to go back to school to become a minister. I like to think somehow he knows that he's here too. And if there was anyone who would ask us to give more than flowers, I think it's Bob. Bob helped us become the church where someone like Beth could join our community and grow into the wonderful minister she is today, who has given us so much. Grief touches grief, but so too does joy touch joy. And whenever we lose someone, we keep the joy they brought us alive by honoring their spirit, their values, and all that they taught us. Bob's legacy lives on in Beth, and Beth's legacy lives in all of us. We can continue to be a church that invites those who enter to a fuller life, a rich history of social change, and a greater love. In lieu of flowers, we have so much to give.
Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of fighting. Dance in your blood. Dance when you're free. Dance when you're perfectly free. Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of fighting. Dance in your blood.
My first ever Unitarian Universalist service was a flower communion. I was a college student in Milwaukee and renting a room from a professor and her wife, and they invited me to church. I didn't really want to go to church. I was pretty angry at religion at that point, but I didn't want to be rude. And I was curious, what church was this lesbian couple going to anyways? Wear whatever you want, Lisa said. Help me remember to bring the flowers, Kirsten called. As I entered First Unitarian Universalist Society of Milwaukee, I realized almost everyone was carrying flowers. And there were tons of flowers in the back of the church. What kind of church was this? As we settled in, Reverend Dina stepped into the pulpit, and I will always remember her introduction because it was her words that changed a random morning at a church into the first step into my new religion. Good morning, Reverend Dina said, and welcome to Flower Communion, our Unitarian Universalist ritual celebration for the last service of our church year. Today, we bring flowers to church. Our children will collect them, mix them all up, and you'll be invited to come receive a new bundle of flowers. If you did not bring flowers, please join us. We always have extras, and we would love to give them to you. And remember, sometimes it is more important to receive than it is to give. That moment of welcoming those who were empty-handed was the start of my falling in love with our faith. So much of my existence was based on proving myself and earning my keep. I wanted to always be the person who had something to give. Because if I had nothing to give, what was I good for? But sometimes we don't have anything to give, or we don't have what we want to give or what others are looking for us to give them. Maybe we don't have the physical resources or the time or the emotional energy. And when we feel empty-handed, it is not a good feeling. On November 6th, 2024, I woke up and my body was full of dread before I even looked at my phone to confirm the election results. I felt terror move through my body and make a home in my chest. Then I thought about my work as a hospital chaplain and my responsibility to provide care to our community, and I didn't want to get out of bed. I dressed in black, no accessories. I started my walk to work, all the while getting texts asking what we were going to do for the hospital. What about Arlington Street? What about those most vulnerable among us? Every question, every person I wondered about made my chest hurt more. Grief had its hold on me. Panic had its hold on me, and helplessness had its hold on me. How could I help them? How could I face them? What could I give? And what if I couldn't give anything? Then I got the first message, not with an ask or a need, but an offer. It was from Reverend Beth. Hi, my love, it read. How are you doing? I'm here if you want to talk or go on a walk. I love you, and I'm here for you. It was like forgetting my flowers and being handed the most beautiful bouquet. And suddenly, my empty hands and empty heart didn't feel so empty. They were filled with Beth's beautiful generosity and love, which I carried with me as I faced the day, helping others who started their day feeling empty-handed too. Are any of you feeling empty? Or maybe you're feeling like barren ground. Some of my most nourishing moments have happened when I thought I was coming empty-handed, but those hands were waiting for flowers. Inspiration from Reverend Dina, love from Reverend Beth. Because we have each other, we are never truly empty-handed. That UU Church in Milwaukee became my first UU Church. I attended 3 more flower communion services there and learned that their tradition is to sing Bette Midler's The Rose each year, which ends with these words: "When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose." We don't just hand each other flowers. When we give each other our care, our wisdom, our time, our encouragement, our love, we bring light to the buried seeds. We help beauty and goodness grow in each other, and that continues on and on and on. We are a part of each other. We are never empty-handed. When you find yourself in lonely nights, may loving sunlight come to you. When you show up with empty hands, may you be handed beautiful flowers. May something beautiful fill the empty spaces. May something beautiful grow in the coming season. May we remember we are never truly empty-handed.
Let us take a deep, centering breath together. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, it's only natural. It's been a challenging year. Beyond our shores, war continues to rage in Ukraine and Gaza. Here, in the land of the free, immigrants and foreign students are being rounded up by masked ICE officers. Our cherished democratic institutions, established as bulwarks against autocracy, are under assault. How could we not be affected? This year at Arlington Street, we have experienced the loss of many beloved members and companions. Don Richter, Doc Kinney, Ariel Distel, Art Oxnard, Frank Mangan, Kerry Marshall, Philip Kane, Lorinda O'Connor, and most recently, Art Judge. Presente. May your spirits continue to companion us and to guide us. After 35 years of settled ministry with Reverend Kim, we mark the end of our first year of transitional ministry with Reverend Parisa, and we prepare to say farewell to Reverend Beth. It's been a lot. As we navigate change and challenge, both within and beyond these walls, we are grateful for the support and guidance of our ministers, grateful for our staff, grateful for our lay leadership, grateful for the musicians in the choir, and grateful for the many volunteers who make it all possible every week. The greeters, the coffee hour hosts, the ushers, the pastoral care team, the tech team, the gala committee, the covenant renewal team, and all those volunteers who decorate this historic sanctuary. The elves for Christmas and the fairies for Pride. Deep bows of gratitude to you all. To quote Dorothy Gale, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And no matter how difficult the winter, spring with its flowers and green leaves always comes. Like this flower here, still they bloom. To quote Poet Laureate Ada Limon, more than the fuchsia funnels breaking out of the crabapple tree, more than the neighbor's almost obscene display of cherry limbs shoving their cotton candy-colored blossoms to the slate sky of spring rains, it's the greening of the trees that really gets to me. As individuals and as a community of faith, we are called to move through the seasons of change with grace and to make meaning of what we are experiencing along the way. Over the years, we've heard much wisdom from this very pulpit about how to go about this. Here from the past are just a few reminders. 1, the only constant in life is change. Heraclitus. Form is impermanent. Feeling is impermanent. Perception is impermanent. Mental formations are impermanent. And consciousness is impermanent. The Buddha. 3, don't let everything you've ever let go of have claw marks in it. David Foster Wallace. The key is to keep company only with the people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Epictetus. Let loving kindness inform all our thoughts, all our decisions, and all our actions. 5. Remember, at any given time, everyone is doing the best that they can. 6. Ask not why this is happening to me, but rather, what can I learn from this? When we wonder how we're ever going to get through whatever fear, disappointment, or sadness we're working through, rely on faith. 7. Now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance of that which we do not see. 8. There are no goodbyes, only see you next time. Finally, let us be open to the possibilities of miracles in our lives, in our times. Ram Dass begins his book, How Can I Help?, with the story of a scuba diver in distress, alone, 40 feet underwater, sinking to the bottom and almost out of oxygen. He writes, I thought, I can't go like this. I have things to do. I called out in my mind, somebody, something, help me. Suddenly, I felt a prodding from behind me, under my armpit. I thought, oh no, sharks. I felt real terror and despair, but my arm was being forcibly lifted. Around into my field of vision came an eye, the most marvelous eye I could ever imagine. I swear it was smiling. It was the eye of a big dolphin. Looking into that eye, I knew I was safe. I relaxed, hugging it, flooded with relief. My stomach cramp went away as we ascended. At the surface, it drew me all the way to the shore. It took me into water so shallow that I began to be concerned for it, that it would be beached. And I pushed it back a little deeper, where it waited, watching me, I guess to see if I was all right. When I took off my weight belt and oxygen, I just took everything off and went naked back out into the ocean with the dolphin. I felt so light and so free and so alive and just wanted to play in the sun and the water. And the dolphin took me back out and played in the water with me. I noticed that there were a lot of dolphins there, farther out. After a while, it brought me back to shore. I was very tired then, almost collapsing. And he made sure that I was safe in the shallowest part of the water. Then he turned sideways with one eye looking into mine. We stayed that way for what seemed a very long time. Timeless, I guess. Almost in a trance. Then he made just one sound and went out to join the others. And they all left. My beloved spiritual companions, let us be mindful of the miracle that binds us together each to the other. I'll end with a blessing. Beth, come up here next to me. Beth, with this flower, I bless your feet, that they may run this race. I bless your legs, that you may dance with joy. I bless your hands, that many may know your acts of kindness. I bless your arms, that many may know your hugs. I bless your shoulders, that they may bear up to the burdens of ministry. I bless your smile, that many may be comforted. I bless all around you, that you may always be filled with loving kindness. And finally, I bless your heart, broken open with love. This is for you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Mark David. Thank you, Anna. Thank you to our choir. Dear ones, let me say one more time that your generosity is astounding. In the weeks since Reverend Parisa and the HR team announced that my role here at Arlington Street is coming to a close, you have lavished me with an incredibly generous outpouring of support and love. I've been so touched by your many heartfelt cards, gifts, hugs, and messages. While I'm devastated to be saying goodbye, I have no doubt that one of the most important things I'll do this month is to finish paying my pledge. And over the course of the next year, I will happily fulfill the pledge I made on Covenant Renewal Sunday. I believe in Arlington Street and all of you. Our world needs more love, service, justice, and peace right now. I consider being intentional about money a spiritual practice. I'm committed to ongoingly expanding the bounds of my heart and my generosity. It's important to me that this beloved spiritual community thrives. I can't imagine a better investment at this moment in history than you. You are my hope for this broken world. For 10 years, I've been humbled and grateful, watching you manifest our deeply held values as you spread loving kindness within and beyond this beloved spiritual community. You are in good company with your astounding generosity. I'm delighted to report that our pledges for the next church year now total $314,145. Amazing. Big thanks to our most recent pledgers, including Andrea and Arthur Berman, Peter Zalewski, Eleanor Nettleton, Tom Anderson and Bruce Dallaire, Laura Catanzaro, Reverend Liz Weber, Karen Heinen, Barbara Jepka, and Kim Moorhead and Reverend Kim Crawford Harvey. Also, thanks to all of you who increased your giving or made a pledge for the first time, we've made our match of $25,000. A very special thank you to Jeffrey Thompson and David Gennaro for challenging all of us to expand the bounds of our hearts and our generosity. Jeffrey and David, you are astounding. Thank you. If you haven't renewed your pledge yet, don't worry. You can do it now. And if you've been coming on Zoom or in person and haven't made the leap to pledging yet, please consider it. A pledge is bigger than giving when you happen to be in church. It's a way of casting your lot with us. Pledging is not just for members, but for all of us who are committed to supporting this beloved spiritual community. Now, I forgot to put the link in the order of service for today, so I need you to listen carefully as I give you the web address for pledging, which I'll say twice. Ready? It's tinyurl, so tinyurl.com/covenant renewal, COVENANTRENEWAL. It's easy to make a pledge, and you can do it in less time than it takes for me to spell out the URL. which is, again, tinyurl.com/covenant renewal. If you've already pledged generously for next year or not, I invite you to make a gift to today's offering. It's been a year like no other. Together, we've held each other through tremendous transition, shattering losses, and world upheaval, while also celebrating the great joys that have happened in our lives. Please consider marking the end of this church year with a special gift to Arlington Street. Also, please join me in supporting our Pride Month Share the Plate partner, Gay for Good. Our own Art Nava serves as a member of the leadership team, and he and Rich are active volunteers in Gay for Good's many wonderful service projects across this community. Let's make our gifts in celebration of their astounding generosity and service. To support Arlington Street and Gay for Good, please give online at ascboston.org or find instructions in the order of service for giving via QR code, Venmo, or text message. You can also mail a check to the church or use the envelopes in the pews, which can be given to the ushers as they come through momentarily with collection plates. Thank you, dear ones, for your profound devotion and your astounding generosity.
When the light is gone and you're on your own, you've been trying but the fight never goes away, and you don't know when the sun will shine again. All you gotta do is look my way. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. Everybody needs something to believe. If you want, you can always put your faith in me. Put your faith in me. I don't know it all, but I know how it feels to fall. With a helping hand, you'll find your feet. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're lonely, if you're down and out, holding out for a better day, call out for me, I'll come running, and we'll find a better way. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I'll reach out to you.
Thank you. Reverend Beth, you have blessed us in so many ways over these 10 years, through marriages and child dedications, races and marches, tragedies and triumphs, on Zoom and in person. Your hands, your words, and your love have blessed us. On this last service as our executive minister, we want to bless you. When we planned our laying on of hands for Reverend Kim, you and I wanted to make sure that someone was holding Kim, and so you and Kim had that job. Today, Josh, Molly, and Liz are here to hold you. So I invite you four to move down to the center aisle. To all of you, our beloved spiritual community here in person and on Zoom, we are going to do this together. Please take a moment now to think about Reverend Beth. Feel your love for her and reflect on your hopes for her. And with this love in your heart, I invite everyone in the in-person congregation to rise in body or in spirit. We're going to call out some ways that Reverend Beth has blessed us with her service. And we invite you to step forward when you hear yourself called and move towards Reverend Beth, close enough to touch the shoulder of someone in front of you, so that we make a web of connected hands and hearts, touching Beth and sending our love. You'll probably hear yourself called in many ways. Stay right there until everyone is called up. And for those of you on Zoom, please turn towards Boston. When you hear yourself called, join us by putting your hands up in blessing.
We start by inviting Beth's family, clergy, and co-workers.
Anyone who served on Reverend Beth's ministerial internship committee.
Anyone who helped plan and participate in a service with Reverend Beth.
Anyone who helped Reverend Beth tidy and organize the pews.
Anyone who has talked money with Reverend Beth. If you've made or discussed a pledge, participated in covenant renewal, or helped write a grant.
And don't be shy, you can really come around the front, come around the back. Anyone who delighted in witnessing Reverend Beth lovingly provide pastoral care and presence to our members.
Anyone who has a child who did sermon bingo with Reverend Beth.
Anyone who attended Reverend Beth's ordination.
Anyone who has marked a milestone with Reverend Beth, maybe a child dedication, a wedding, a home blessing, or a memorial service.
Anyone who has been comforted by Reverend Beth in a rough time.
Anyone who has heard Reverend Beth preach.
Anyone who has chatted with Reverend Beth in the Zoom room, especially at the minister's tea.
Anyone who has been loved by Beth. This is everyone. Whether you come here every week or this is your first time, Beth meets everyone she meets with love.
And together we bless you, Reverend Beth. May you know the magnitude of your impact, and may it take your breath away. May you have beautiful harbors and sturdy shelters for all that is hard. May love be around you. May meaning and beauty and joy always be on your horizon. May you draw peace, knowing you have spoken your truths in love. You have helped us. You have served us well. May you rest in the assurance that your legacy of service and love is forever a part of us and forever a part of Arlington Street. May the love and care that you've woven into this place be an eternal force blessing our worlds. And may you always feel this love coming back. Our beloved spiritual companion, may this moment of love forever bless your heart, and may the people say, we love you. We love you. I know it's hard, but if you could please return to your seats and remain standing to join in our final hymn, Life Calls Us On. The words are found in your order of service and in the chat. We'll wait till the choir is all the way up here.
Here in reverence now we gather.
Beloveds, before our benediction, I invite those of you in the Zoom room to reach out your hands and touch the sides of your square. And those of you in the sanctuary, to reach your hands up, palms out. Let's send loving kindness to the people to your left and to your right. Send loving kindness to the person on either side of you and the people on either side of them. Send out love into this beloved spiritual community and feel it coming back to you. Love is the spirit of this congregation. And now for our benediction, I invite you to put your hands over your heart in namaste. I bow to the divine in you. The words of our benediction come from American poet E.E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dears. And whatever is done only by me is your doing, my darlings. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. Whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root and the bud of the bud and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. This is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. Let us keep this faith, beloveds, and pass it on. The service begins when the service ends. Bless your hearts. I will always love you. Amen.
We love you too.
I invite you now to be seated for the choral benediction.
Please visit ascboston.org for more information about this historic Unitarian Universalist congregation. Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace.